welcome to today's meditation time. Let's each just settle into this space wherever we found ourselves. For these next few minutes, allow the body to become comfortable, sit or lie down in a way that feels right for you. But no matter what your position is, whether it's seated or it's lying down, just allow the length to be maintained through your spine so all the good energy can flow up and down. And then as your eyes gently begin to close, let's just settle in with some slow, calming breaths to begin with. So nice, slow, deep breath in. And a long, complete breath out. And a slow breath in. And a complete breath out. And again. And release. One more, breathe it in and let it go. And you can either maintain that rhythm of breath or you can shift into a rhythm that feels right for you. But just honor exactly how you feel in this moment, this present moment. And on this day, as we look ahead in the next few days, Memorial Day is on the schedule. I've thought a lot today about this idea of memories. In Sanskrit, we call those Samskaras, and I always describe them as these thumbprints on our brain of these experiences that we've had, these things we've gone through, these relationships we've experienced. Memories are just part of who we are. But for some of us, when I think about what Memorial Day stands for some of us, there are memories that are like reliving trauma again and again. Some of those are long, way back in the past. Some of them are very, very recent. Some of our memories are good and life-affirming, and they bring a smile to our face whenever we recall them. And so we have to make a choice about the impact or the effect that our memories, our samskaras, have on us each and every day. Because it would be so easy to let those memories just flood our thoughts and pull us down to a place of darkness where it's really difficult to feel the peace and it's really difficult to see the hope. And so as I was thinking about this idea of Memorial Day, what a beautiful time in our country that we come and we honor and we remember the service of so many people in our past. And to really honor what that day stands for is to come and to celebrate, not to get drawn back into the acts that caused Memorial Day to have to exist, because it'd be so easy to do that. Not to get pulled into the anger or the sadness or the sorrow that's associated with what caused Memorial Day to be a day on the calendar. But rather we have a choice. We have a choice to remember and then continue to live, or we have a choice to remember and let it pull us down away from today and then away from tomorrow and away from the days to follow. So we call those samskaras in Sanskrit because they remind us that they do make up who we are. But we have a choice every day what we do with the impact of those memories. And so as we look ahead in the next few days for Memorial Day to arrive, I thought today would be a perfect day for some clearing. We all have memories. We all have these samskaras, these thumbprints on our brain, on our mind, on our heart, that are filled with sorrow, that are filled with disappointment, maybe with regret, with sorrow, with sadness, maybe with anger. And so I thought we would use our meditation time today to begin to physically clear some of that stuck energy out of our bodies. Science tells us that there are 72,000 energy channels through our body. I don't know how they discovered that number, but that's the number they've come up with, 72,000, which means we are this constant flow of energy up and down and in and out and through. And we have choices about that energy. it can either enliven us and cause us to feel vitality, or it can cause us to feel stuck. And so we're going to do a practice together just for the next couple of minutes called Nadi Shodhana. We don't often practice specific kinds of breath work in our meditation time, but I thought, what a beautiful way to look ahead to Memorial Day with a sense of clarity, with clearing, with a fresh outlook on this day. And so what we'll do is we're going to breathe in through one channel, so in through one side of our nose, and then we're going to exhale through the other side. And what happens in that process is it's this beautiful clearing from one passage to the other, causing your breath to become vibrant, to become the true life-giving force that it was intended to be. And so the way that we practice this is I would encourage you from where you are just to bring your right hand and put your 3 middle fingers in the center of your forehead. That leaves your thumb for your right nostril, and that leaves your pinky for your left nostril. Now, if the pinky doesn't quite work, you can always use the ring finger. You do whatever feels more comfortable. What we'll do is we'll breathe in one side of our nose and we'll breathe out the other, which means we have to use our fingers to close one side off. So before we do that, just rest here with these fingers in the center of your forehead. Let's just breathe in a couple times normal. So take a long breath in, and then blow it out through your nose. And another slow breath in, and then out through your nose. And then close with the pinky, the left nostril. And so just follow my lead. I'll tell you when to lift the thumb and lift the pinky and close them down. Don't worry about the right and the left. Just think thumb and pinky. And what we're going to do is we're going to physically clear out the stagnant, the stuck breath, the stuck energy, the stuck memories. And we're going to find a little vitality. So the pinky is closing the nostril. The thumb is open. Take a breath in. Close the thumb, open the pinky, breathe out. Breathe in through the nose. Close the pinky, open the thumb, breathe out. Breathe in. Close the thumb, open the pinky, breathe out. Breathe in. Close the pinky, open the thumb, breathe out. Breathe in. Close the thumb, open the pinky, breathe out. Breathe in. Close the pinky, open the thumb, breathe out. Breathe in. Close the thumb, open the pinky, breathe out. Breathe in. Close the pinky, open the thumb, breathe out. And then allow the hand just to come down to your lap. And as the breath starts to recalibrate, just notice. I always describe these moments right after this Nadi Shodhana, this type of breath work called alternate nostril. I always describe it as like this whirling inside of me. I feel it up in my head. I feel it across my sinus passages. I even feel it in my chest, just a little bit into my arms. That is prana, that life-giving force of breath that is so much more than oxygen. It is our power to release the impact of our memories. And so I would ask you, and I'm going to ask myself the same question. What are the memories in the very, very recent past to the ones maybe from a long time ago that you just can't seem to get out from underneath? What are the things that come back and you feel like they're hurting your heart all over again every time you remember them? What are the things that resurface that you feel like you become angry all over, even though they happened so long ago? Because our meditation practice teaches us that we have to be aware of these things. We have to know what our triggers are if we have any hope of getting rid of the impact that they have on our today and on our tomorrow. And so just think to yourself, and I'm thinking to myself as well, what's the memory that I just can't seem to get out from underneath? It weighs heavy on my heart. It makes me feel heavy in my body. And it robs me of the joy of this present moment. And as we each see whatever that thing, that samskara, that thumbprint on our mind, whatever it is, I'm not going to ask you just to set it to the side and forget about it. It's not that easy. But I want us each to be aware of what it is. And as we look ahead to Memorial Day, perhaps across these next few days, we can begin to celebrate what that memory has taught us about ourselves. The same way people will show up to services and cemeteries and parks all across this nation on Monday to celebrate the lives that were given in the line of duty. Yes, there will be tears, there'll be sadness, but there will be celebration about what those lives stood for, what they've taught us about freedom, about liberty, about sacrifice. So what if we could each do the same thing? Whatever that memory is, again, recent or really, really a long time ago. Not here in this moment, but over the coming days. What if we could begin to think about what it's taught us about ourselves and then celebrate that when Memorial Day rolls around? Because when we can start to do that, the negative impact of that memory will be lessened on your life today. The foothold that it has on you and on your heart will lose its strength. The power that it has over you will ultimately go away. But you have to make a conscious choice. I want to clear it out. I want to celebrate what it's taught me, and I want to move on. Otherwise, it becomes like an albatross around your neck that you feel like you just can't get out from. And so as we sit here for just the next moment or so, just think back to that breath practice, Nadi Shodhana. Breathing in one side of the nose, breathing out through the other. You didn't have time to think about what your memory was. You were too busy thinking about breathing in and breathing out and closing and opening. What if we could focus on the breath like that all the time and let all these memories and all these situations begin to just slip away and lose their power in our present day thought? So let's just sit and breathe and notice, finding a little more connection to us, but most importantly, finding a little more connection to this moment here and now. Let's take a long, slow breath in together. Exhale, side out. One more, slow breath in together. And sigh it out. And I wish I could tell you this as easy as just setting the memory to the side and everything just starts to work at that point. But rather, I will tell you that it starts with one intention today. Looking ahead to these days to come as Memorial Day gets closer on the calendar and thinking, Can I get to the point in my life where I can celebrate the lessons of what this memory has taught me? Celebrate how far I've come. And maybe even beyond that, celebrate who I am today, in spite of how long that memory has stuck with me. Doesn't happen overnight, but it does start with an intention here in this moment. Namaste.